Well, how much does it cost if you attract a grizzly bear by failing to properly store food and garbage while you're camping? Well, the answer might surprise you. Well, welcome back to another episode of Travel News for Nomads. I'm your host, Robert Witham. I scour the news for stories of interest to lifestyle travelers, snowbirds, and those who love the great outdoors, so you don't have to. Do you know of a story that might be of interest? Please email it to me at robert.witham@gmail.com. I try to stay up on what's going on in the travel and nomad world, but I don't see everything. So I always appreciate it when people share some tips and stories with me. And if you're interested in videos featuring scenery for some of the best places in the U.S., check out my other channel, Meanderings. Now let's talk about a hefty fine for attracting a grizzly bear. We all know it's important to be bear aware and engage in bear safe practices while hiking or camping in grizzly country. If for no other reason than we grew up watching Yogi Bear back when cartoons were worth watching, right? I occasionally try and share some vintage cartoons with my grandchildren. Anyway, most people are probably concerned enough about the risks of a huge predator crashing their camp that they're going to do the right thing without much prompting. I mean, the idea of a 400, 600 pound animal with razor sharp claws and big teeth and a nose that can smell for miles coming into camp isn't very welcome. They're awesome to watch these predators from a distance, not so awesome to have them up close and personal looking for your food or whatever else they think smells good. Camping in a national park campground that provides bear-safe food storage lockers makes it even easier. Well, an Idaho woman camping in Grand Teton National Park apparently was not concerned about bears despite multiple warning signs around the campground. Belinda Arvidsson, 50, of Idaho, was camping at Grand Teton when she left her campsite unattended and, quote-unquote, failed to properly store garbage and beverages. The result, you guessed it, a grizzly bear made its way to her campsite and promptly found the garbage and beverages. Nearby campers who witnessed the grizzly raiding the camp took photos and videos which were later shared with authorities. Arvidsson was charged with a misdemeanor offense for improper food storage and fined $5,826.99, as well as being sentenced to 4 years of unsupervised release. As for the bear, well, because it received a food reward, the animal was located, tranquilized, collared, and relocated by boat to another area of the park to hopefully avoid a repeat incident, in which case they would have to euthanize the bear. The nearly $6,000 fine that was assessed in this case is to cover the cost for the National Park Service to relocate the bear and track its movements with the GPS collar to make sure it's not getting into any other camps now that it's learned that that's a good place to get tasty stuff. Grand Teton National Park Superintendent Chip Jenkins said, "Irresponsible behaviors have consequences, and many times it is the wildlife that pays the ultimate price. We all have responsibilities to preserve and protect the incredible wild animals of Grand Teton National Park and the greater Yellowstone ecosystem. Grand Teton National Park requires all food and items with an odor to be stored in a bear-resistant storage locker or in a hard-sided vehicle." Well, don't forget, travelers, send me links or details for stories you think might be of interest. You can email those to me at robert.witham@gmail.com. And thank you to those who've already shared news and links. Also, don't forget to check out my other channel, Meanderings, for short, relaxing videos featuring some of the best scenery I encounter during my travels around the U.S. And thanks for joining me in this episode of Travel News for Nomads.